Hi, I am Asba Afkar from Group 5 and I am here to talk about topic 1, which is what is portal frames, components of the portal frames, and also the difference between portal frames and also trusses. So we move to the first part, which is what is portal frames. It is a rigid connection between rafters to the posts of the frames. It resembles as a door and is commonly used for commercial and also industrial constructions. So we can see that the portal frames actually consist of three main things, which is the base, the column, and also the rafters. So if we combine these three main things, it will become the portal frames. Next, we talk about the types of portal frames, which is the first one is reinforced concrete portal frames. It is a control of mixing, placing, and also compaction of the concrete in a factory condition. The reason they do that thing, they do the control mixing, they do the compaction, and also they do the placing, is to make sure that the control frames, the portal frames, can be stronger, to make sure that it can be designed to be a moment resistant so they can carry the bending forces. So the next one is timber portal frames. It is created using the timber and also it can be built quickly. It is a popular structural application for commercial and also industrial buildings that require long spans and also open interiors. These timber portal frames are easy to install and also easy to service, customize, and also extend. The next one is steel portal frame. It is used for large, simple structures such as garage, large agriculture buildings, and also warehouse. It is made by steel and it is used in a variety of other types of development, including office, factories, schools, public buildings, and also some residential buildings. It is formed by a series of parallel steels to form a portal frame. As we talk about the component of the portal frame, we can see that the portal frame is one of the simplest building structures frames. So there are three main components that can be found, which is the base, the column, and also the rafter. These components need to be strong because they will receive the load. The connection between beams and columns is rigid, so it will be added with the additional component, which is apex bracket and also knee bracket at the connection between the beam and also the column to make it more stronger to hold the load. So the other components that can be found is floor slabs, straight footing, basement walls, roof slabs, and also spread footing. So the rigid joints constructed using nail plywood gussets and also steel gussets. So the portal frame can be built using timber, steel, and also reinforced concrete. Okay, now we talk about the difference between portal frame and trusses. So there will be rigid or welded joints used in portal frames, while the trusses is using the pin type joints. So the next one is the frame. The frame member of the portal frame can be rotated, while the truss can only be rotated about the pin joint. So other than that, the portal frames are transmitting moments in instants, while the moments in trusses are not transferred. So the portal frame can endure both axial force and also bending moments, while the trusses are solely intended to support tensile or compressive loads. And lastly, the portal frames at nodes or any place along the length, the point load uniformly distributed, while the trusses on the nodal forces and no moments are permitted.
So that is the explanation for the topic 1, which is Porter frame.
Hai, Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera to Madam and all my friends. My name is Nur Hafiza Nadira binti Ghazali. I am from Group 5. I want to discuss and explain about the shear wall in topic 2. What is shear wall? Shear wall is a structural members in reinforced concrete frame structure that have benefiting lateral force such as wind, earthquake, and uneven placement loss. Shear wall also protect a house and building from being attacked by horizontal lateral force during high winds or seismic event and make structure more stable. Next, shear wall also transfer lateral force from each building structure such as exterior wall, floors, and roof to the ground foundation in parallel. What is type of shear wall? Type of shear wall is the first one is reinforced concrete. In high-rise building, reinforced concrete shear wall are one of the most widely used employer lateral load structural resisting elements. Building with reinforced concrete shear wall receive lateral force caused by wind and earthquake loads to the foundation of the building and provides lateral stiffness to the system and also carry gravity loads. The second is concrete blocks. It's the most common type of shear wall used in resident building. Hollow concrete blocks and steel reinforcement bar are used to conduct the shear wall of concrete blocks. Constructed by providing steel reinforced in both horizontal and vertical direction of masonry blocks to maximize the impact of concrete blocks, stone, and seismic loads. Also, concrete blocks shear wall can take both gravity loads and lateral loads and work like shear wall as load-bearing wall. And the next is steel plate. Steel shear walls are the most well-known steel construction in the country because they are lightweight and load-bearing wall for any structure. It is also of the most common type of industrial shear wall. Meanwhile, the automotive sector makes intensive use of shear wall type. Then, type of shear wall are used for application such as windwall overhead bridge, road bridge, and what you have because steel shear walls are the strongest type of shear wall utilized in civil construction with excellent wear and tear resistance. And the next, polywood. Polywood shear wall is one of the type of shear wall which is also known as timber shear wall, which is a common type of wall. Polywood shear wall is often utilized in new construction because it's a low cost, easy operation, strong structural performance, and insulation. Other than the shear wall are quick resistant to degradation when exposed to water and weather. Force are transferred by polywood and also shear get transferred to the foundation by the base connection. And the last one is mid-plate shear wall. The mid-plate shear wall is a structural system designed to withstand storm earthquake. Mid-plate is a new approach in shear wall design. It is also an improved version of normal polywood shear wall. Better earthquake survival properties and a dynamic load carrying a capacity of more than 3 times compared to ordinary shear wall. For question 2, the main component and material of shear wall. Okay, the first one is about the main component of shear wall. Boundary column, connection of beam column, boundary beam, steel plate wall, wall boundary connection, concrete wall, and shear connector. It had two types. The first one is traditional composite shear wall. It's cast in place, shear store or bolts, and no gap. And the second is about the innovative composite shear wall. It's cast and have bolt and gap. And the material used for shear wall is masonry and concrete. The question 3: how is provide strain and stiffness? Shear wall provide the lateral strain to withstand horizontal earthquake force. When shear wall are strong enough, they will transfer to horizontal force to the next element in the load pad below them. So, that is the explanation about the topic 2, which is a shear wall.